This episode of Rewired is supported by Neurony. Over 20 years of experience and more than 500 companies served, Neurony helps companies grow faster with AI tailored to their business and embedded into real workflows that deliver measurable value. Neurony helps teams reduce friction, improve decision making, and scale with confidence.
I try to understand the whole industry of recruitment. I don't have expertise in recruitment in general, and
that was my point, because actually you're not a recruiter.
Yeah, I'm not a recruiter.
What are you in fact?
So basically, I'm a dentist.
So, a dentist.
Yeah, but I'm
So a certified dentist
Doing recruitment.
on one side you have, for example, good candidates who are very valuable and they have good knowledge and they can deliver, but they don't have like the perfect LinkedIn account. They don't are active on job boards. They don't are active on social media and
So
something
they're
like this.
very difficult to be found.
Yeah, so basically for the traditional recruitment industry, they are invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other hand, you have companies, they know exactly what they want. We didn't need to create some processes. We need to rebuild the entire system for ourselves. That's what is Recrutopia and what we try to build. Basically, it's a recruitment methodology based on automations, artificial intelligence, and not in the last place, human touch.
Alexandru Beciu is 27 years old and head of Recrutopia, the AI-powered recruitment brand we built inside Neurony. He joined in 2023 when Recrutopia was a pilot with some promising results and no clear process. In 2 years, he defined the methodology, built the platform that runs it, and scaled the business to 2.5 million in revenue last year. We are targeting 6 million this year. He has a degree in dentistry, he has never worked in a traditional recruitment agency, and here he is.
Rewired. Raw, real, unfiltered.
So glad to have you here, Mr. Beciu.
Thank you for the invitation.
And for the reference, we are working together for some time already, and I really enjoy sharing both challenges and good times together. So in this episode today, I will be a little bit more biased, and I will leave most of the questions to Marius. Yeah.
Welcome also from my side. I think it's, how do you feel to have somebody from actually your actual team being here?
I'm feeling like having a kid at an exam.
Ah.
Sorry for that.
Well, that's why he said he's coming for BAC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Romanian graduated words shortcut. Okay, so Alex, of course, for the people who don't really know you, outside of the fact that you are a FCSB fan, crying, I hope, after, play out, tell us who you are and what do you do today?
So thank you for the invitation, gentlemen. I'm Alex. I'm a typical guy, nothing special about me. I come from a small city called Brăila. I know for sure that you know that.
Is the one with McDonald's or?
Yeah.
With McDonald's?
Or Galatis McDonald's, I'm not really sure. One of those had McDonald's.
I think both of them
okay.
have already McDonald's. I'm a growth enthusiast. I like business. I'm an ex-pro athlete. I was a swimmer. And I try to build my whole career and life around discipline. And that's how I like to do business with Emil. And that's why we're trying to build this kind of stuff together in this situation.
All right, that sounds very good. So when you say building a stuff together, I know you're here to talk about Recrutopia. You're going to say it much better than me because I cannot spell R. So what is Recrutopia?
Yeah, so before we deep dive in what is Recrutopia, I think it's very important to set the context and give me 2 minutes to set the ground. So
okay.
I joined Neurony in 2023. I think it was September. I think and my perspective right now, I was part of a package deal with a friend of mine, Laurențiu, who was also in this podcast. And he's building something really crazy now. So I congratulate to him, and I want to wish him all the best. And I was a business developer representative that time, and I had a dual role. I was working also for a small department in Neurony, and when I'm telling you that it was a small department, there were literally 2 people, and it was also Emil who would check in to see exactly how the things are going and to think that to discover that we are doing a good job. And at that time, we were doing good work. Good people were doing good work, but we hadn't. We have not have a process. You know, everything was like I don't know how to call it.
To be particular, that was the recruitment department
Yes.
for the outsourcing area in the company.
And I discovered that we need some processes, and that's how we started Recrutopia. And we wanted to create something to improve ourselves and to make things easier for us, but also to maintain the quality and to deliver better for the companies that we worked on. And that time, as I said, I was working also with Laur in the sales department, but also in this recruitment department, I had also a similar role. But I wasn't searching for companies to sell to. I was searching for candidates to present the opportunity and to try to engage with them, try to explain the role and to close the deal, let's say. And it was a very, very strange for me because I wanted to understand the whole process. At that time, I was trying to implement the Inbox Zero methodology, and I was talking with dozens or hundreds of people per day, and it was rough. But what I wanted to highlight that I started to work from the ground to see exactly every single process that was in place that time, and I analyzed the whole situation. And I stepped back a little bit, and I tried to understand the whole industry of recruitment. I don't have expertise in recruitment in general, and
That was my point, because actually you're not a recruiter.
Yeah, I'm not a recruiter.
What are you in fact?
Yeah.
So my degree is in dentistry. I just finished school last year. So basically, I'm a dentist.
So, dentist.
Yeah, but I'm
So a certified dentist
Doing recruitment.
doing recruitment.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's recruiting using patients?
No. No.
Okay, so you're not a recruiter,
no. I'm
but
not
you
a
saw the
recruiter.
process.
Yeah, I saw because I wanted to. I stepped back a little bit, and I wanted to understand the big picture. I wanted to understand the industry. I wanted to see exactly what should we do to improve, because we have not put in place some processes, and I identified the problem, a huge gap in the market. On one side, you have, for example, good candidates who are very valuable and they have good knowledge and they can deliver, but they don't have like the perfect LinkedIn account. They don't are active on job boards. They don't are active on social media and
So
something
they're
like this.
very difficult to be found.
Yeah, so basically for the traditional recruitment industry, they are invisible. And on the other hand, you have companies, they know exactly what they want. They know exactly what the perfect candidate looks like. And their problem is that they cannot find these people. And this is a big problem. And I identified this as a massive problem because it can be translated to numbers very easily. For example, it costs money. If you want to recruit some people and you cannot find them, your growth plans are delayed. And if your growth plans are delayed, you cannot attain your forecast, for example. And it's a loophole.
So
It's a big problem.
you saw, taking the steps back, you actually saw the need for the companies to find people, good people,
Yeah.
but you also found a niche of good people that actually are not looking for jobs. So because they are not looking for jobs, they are under the radar of the recruitment
For sure.
processes.
And what I want to tell here, very important, is that we, as I said, we need to improve at that time, but we didn't need to create some processes. We need to rebuild the entire system for ourselves. That's what is Recrutopia and what we try to build. Basically, it's a recruitment methodology based on automations, artificial intelligence, and not in the last place, human touch, because we are also present in the process with human touch, and not only with minor facts, with real touches.
What are the differences, the main 3 or 4 differences compared to the, let's say, the normal way recruitment agencies operating or the recruitment processes are done?
So I have a perspective on this. For me, and from what I understand, recruitment, it's not only about one thing. It's a sum of things. And I think the biggest problem is that companies or the industry is looking through a lens that can see only a single point.
What do you mean?
For example, if a underwater welding technician
Yeah,
is not in the same place as a software developer.
true.
They are not in the same job board. They are not receiving the same messages. They are not looking and they are not searching the same things online. You cannot find them. So you need to understand the ecosystem for each industry. And you need to see exactly what they are looking for and how to reach out to them.
This is like, so for example, I don't know, I'm not on eJobs, Best Jobs, etc. But you find me on LinkedIn. You're probably going to have people who are on eJobs, Best Jobs, or OLX, but you don't find them on LinkedIn. Is this kind of the examples that you're referring to?
Somehow, yes, but it's important to understand that we can find you through other channels, because we understand exactly what are you doing, what are you searching online, what do you like, where are you present, how can we approach you. So we are targeting exactly the candidates that the company needs, and we can find them easily. We are not just posting some jobs, for example, the same methodology, for example. It's not like the regular playbook. It's tailor-made for every single job that we receive. And we try to understand your company needs. What type of candidates do you need? What are they doing? Where are they present? What are they wanting? Because we need to match them.
But if I'm going back to your point, so I'm traditional recruitment in the HR. So I believe, and I have a strong belief that my candidates are on whatever, eJobs, Best Jobs, etc. So how then can I see, or can I answer actually to the question, where are my potential candidates? Because I think I found them. They are over there. So how would I know to answer to that question?
Because we have a discovery plan for you.
All right.
So first of all, when we receive an opportunity, we have a discovery with the man who wants to recruit, the manager, for example. And we have a questionnaire, for example, and we ask questions, and we want to find out exactly their need. And we go through the process, and we are asking questions like, where does this candidate is on social media, for example, what does he like, and something like this, questions like this.
So let's go into something concrete, okay? So I'm having sales representatives that I'm hiring in my company. Hiring every month approximately 70 people, 70.
That's huge.
Across all Romania. Yeah, so that means villages, that means small cities. So how would the process, if I would like to start working with Recrutopia, tell me how would we start working? What's the process? Take me through that.
So first of all, we'll need to have a discovery call with you. After this discovery call, we will like to understand exactly what's the best channel to reach out to the people. In your case, I think basically it's the normal job boards, for example, eJobs, Hippo, and I don't know if we can drop names, but
Yeah,
it's,
they could,
okay.
They could,
They didn't pay. They do not pay
they
yet.
do
so
not pay yet what they could.
But I think one other channel that I don't know if you're trying already, it's social media. And that's one thing that reached out my mind right now when you told me this. Is on social media, I think there is a lot of potential there, more potential than on regular job boards, for example.
Now, do you have a problem in closing the 70 positions that you need to close per month, or is it something that your team is able to achieve easily and there is no problem?
You have a problem in finding candidates, especially in the rural areas. And the reason for that is because sometimes in those areas is the actual people who live in there. Sometimes the population is quite old. Other time is their availability, or even if you find people, is the availability that they need. I don't know. Do you need them to have a car so they could move around, etc. So there are some things that they maybe don't
Some
have.
limitations.
Yeah. So most of the difficult positions that we have are actually rural areas rather than cities. In cities, just to give also the full context, that in cities what we see is there are some cities, especially in the western part of the Romania, where people are used to either going abroad to work for summer, for example, like Satu Mare, Baia Mare, where people go to collect apples and then they come back and they live from those money. Or people who are still doing not that legal things with, Ukraine and other parts. So there are also some cities in which people actually have other things to do.
Not so legal things. I'm thinking about cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking of moving kerosene, but kerosene is not a problem anymore.
No, not a problem. No.
So-
Drones. So
yeah, drones.
yeah, maybe
but
drones.
they're
yeah.
flying by themselves. They
Yeah.
don't need a person to smuggle them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to have this discovery call. We're going to take a look of where we can find those people. And then?
And then we start the process.
Okay, so what do you actually do?
So basically, after our discussion, we take all the pieces of the information and we start the process. We press the button. First thing, we need to understand exactly to choose the channels. We have tiers. For example, if we go to, for example, in LinkedIn or job boards or social media or, I don't know, other sources, for example, recommendation or groups on Facebook and other type of approaches. After that, we are tailoring the system, because we are using artificial intelligence to outreach to people, for example, to deliver tailor-made messages, how we can approach them on on different networks, because every single channel has its own language, for example. And you need to understand how can you go there and how can you approach the candidates in a specific channel. In LinkedIn, you approach it in a way. On social media, you approach in another way. On job boards, you just buy the CV or you call them directly and you need to be prepared. So there are different approaches. And basically, what we are doing, we are selecting top tier channels. And after that, we are tailoring the whole strategy for each channel. And after, we start reaching out to people.
Okay.
And after we will identify exactly what is the best channel and that has the best results. And after we focus on that one and we try to understand better and better to how to achieve better results. And you are in our process. So basically you assist us till we find the best solution.
So Recrutopia, just to clarify, is not an ATS, an applicant tracking system. It's actually more.
Uh, I will tell you exactly what it is.
All right.
So, in order to build processes and to build the entire methodology for us, I discovered that we need great tools, and I tried to build this tool with Emil. First of all, I designed myself the entire platform. I designed the workflows, the wireframes, and every single aspect of this. And we had a dedicated developer team, of developers to take on of development. And we created this tool because the Recrutopia is a support for the whole methodology that we built. So it's not an ATS, but it's something that helps us to empower the methodology and to fulfill the power.
So it's infusing every step of the process with artificial intelligence mainly.
So that means if I already have, because most of the companies have their recruitment process, and sometimes big organizations have their ATS, doesn't matter if it's local or global. Actually, you're not replacing the ATS, you are just
Solving the problem and connecting with the ATS.
by actually addressing the attraction of candidates.
Attraction,
Part.
selection, and understanding the channels of communication.
So basically, we are not replacing HR department, or Recrutopia doesn't replace your ATS, but it's like a partner. If you want to use Recrutopia's ATS, it's okay. We can use it. If you don't want, doesn't matter, because we are applying the whole process on your ATS, but it's the methodology. We built Recrutopia for ourselves, and we discovered the problem. It's just a support for the methodology.
Recently, I've just put a LinkedIn message who's using AI in recruitment. Yeah, I've got two. I think I still need to call somebody. Sorry for that. But what I've got, even though I only had one answer, informal from some other people, or that actually the only thing where AI is used heavily in terms of recruitment is in the applicant tracking system to make a summary of your CV uploaded there. How is Recrutopia different?
So, as I said, we are using artificial intelligence in processes like outreaching, identifying the candidates, and importing them in our system, because we have some processes like parsing the data, for example. And one thing that we have is to create a summary of the candidate, but we are comparing with the job description very specifically, like the key strengths of the candidate, or what should the recruiter talk more with the candidate. Because we wanted to create a link, a human link, real human link between the recruiter and the candidate. And one thing that cannot be replaced in the Recrutopia's process is the human touch and the human thing, because recruitment is about humans.
Yeah.
So we have artificial intelligence implemented in things that can be strengthened by technology.
Yeah, such as?
Searching candidates, outreaching to reach out to candidates, identifying the candidates, ranking the candidates only by the things that are in CV, not after. Comparing to job descriptions, and after all automations regarding sending messages to the candidate and so on, basic stuff basically on that part. But we have the most important thing is that we are using AI in the first we are using most of them in the first process, like tailoring the messages, trying to identify by keywords or something like this on where should we go after the candidates. So that's how we use AI in Recrutopia.
What is the type of company or the company that should be thinking that Recrutopia is a solution, it's a valuable solution for?
So we worked with different companies. So we worked for hypergrowth startups in USA. We worked for SMBs, for example. We worked also for a company that is listed or is still listed on S&P 500, for example. So we can work with startups, enterprise, and also recently we started working with a company who is hiring technicians for the elevator. So we are not only specialized in technology, software developers, and so on. We can go in the area of blue collar also, because this type of process can be adjusted and can be very good for all the industries.
So is Recrutopia kind of like the Uber for taxi driver, but in this case for the recruitment processes?
Interesting question.
Yeah, tough question. I'm glad that you compared Recrutopia with Uber. I'm flattered. Let's call it this way, because it can be used by every single company that needs to hire. It doesn't matter of the industry or the volume.
So
because
one component that it has, it's the fact that it can scale horizontally.
Sideways,
Exactly like Uber. For example, in cases when there is a huge amount of load, due to the high standardization of the interviews themselves, new interviewers can be added to the project and scaled laterally almost instantly. Diverse projects.
Okay.
Which is similitude to Uber from this point of view.
Yeah, it's more like not Uber itself. I was just thinking about, something disruptive because you have on the market of recruitment. So first of all, you have the headhunters who actually usually go for the
Heads.
heads.
That's the main idea about that. A funny part, I had a colleague in another market who was always saying, "Oh, we are working to recruit a sales representative, and we are working with headhunters." And everybody was like, "What? Headhunters just for that?" So headhunters, that's one. The other one is companies who are specialized in recruitment of IT, and we know Romania has been a good market so far. We see how that will go from
a hunting ground.
From that, yeah, exactly. And then you usually have companies who are much more specialized in different or general roles.
I want to dig a little bit deeper. Yeah, so
I have a curiosity.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to use those words anymore.
Too bad.
Yeah, but it will. I don't think I will escape from it so easily. So if I'm a business owner. How do I recognize that I desperately need to call Recrutopia?
So basically, you found out that you're losing time and you're losing money because you cannot hire fast that people. And you reach out to us and we can help you to find you the best candidates for your need in a short period of time.
At the same time, all the recruitment companies are saying the same thing. Yeah, like call us because we will be.
We'll give you a long list and then a short list.
Exactly, and you will be. We will sort you. Why Recrutopia and not another company?
So everybody in this industry is doing basically the same job. It's nothing special about it. That's the reason why we tried to rebuild the system. We are not here just to hire someone and to give it to you, for example. We are trying to build partnerships. We are trying to scale with you. We are trying to help you to understand exactly your ground needs and how can you scale. We are your partner in recruitment. Yes, for sure, we can be your pit stop, for example, but that's not how Recrutopia should be. It should be your partner, no?
Do you have an example about the types of jobs that you are able to recruit efficiently and after going through learning processes
Yes.
through a partnership?
So basically, we had a project that it was very special because it was like first time when I saw the brief, the JD, it was like, we cannot recruit this. It's impossible. It was related to construction, a hybrid between construction and technology for architects and civil engineers students that can work in an office together. Do you know how the things are going between architects and civil engineers?
Quite like we see today between other two countries, which are...
Yeah, so imagine that you need to find these guys, put them together, create a team, and also on top of that, you need to find people that can understand and use BIM. BIM is a technology that here in Romania is not very known because we still have
Some catching up to do.
yeah, some catching up, but in Western part of Europe is very used. So basically it was impossible. But somehow under 2 years and we recruited 30 people
3-0.
from zero, from scratch. And we
Like 3-0.
30,
30.
30, yeah, 30. And we also from zero, from scratch,
Yeah.
because we understand it exactly what the client, we understand the client needs.
And what made the difference? What do you believe made the difference?
Because we had the discovery call, and we tried to explain to the client that it's a process. It's a process to understand exactly how can we reach out to that people, to understand exactly where they are, because there are a lot of architects that are not on LinkedIn. They are not using LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Architects are staying more on LinkedIn than civil engineers, for example. And it's very hard to go to a student who's studying civil engineer to stay on the ground, to call him, to present a job, to stay on an office and to work with architects. So it's hard, but we try to understand exactly how can we approach these people, and we tailor-made the message for the civil engineers, for architects, and we tried to explain the role on their language, because they have, each industry, as I said, has its own language.
So you give me the 30 profiles.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be part of me in this case to recruit them.
No. So we recruited 30 people.
So you also do the recruitment.
Yes.
Okay.
In this case, we did the recruitment.
Okay.
The hiring.
The hiring.
The hiring, yeah.
Okay. And from those 30, do you have any feedback so far in terms of how those people are performing?
We have, I think, only 2 people left, I think, Emil, or
Yeah.
something like this in 2 years. They're
Okay.
performing well. So
Yeah.
Quite a good catch.
they are indeed
They're-
top performer.
They are
Top performers.
very good people. They are incredibly good people, talented, and really working a lot.
Okay. Do you have, in case you're doing because usually a traditional recruitment company also gives some guarantees in terms of a number of months usually in which that person leaves, you're going to get replaced. So somebody working with you full time on the process, so end to end, will you get that?
Yeah, I think we have after 90 days, if we are not giving you another candidate that you will hire, we are giving you 85% of the sum that you
That you
paid.
Okay. And speaking of pay, how's the pricing look like?
So this is an interesting question, and here, Emil, I think we need to have a chat because right now it's tailor made for each need. So it depends on your needs. We have a call with you. We understand exactly what are you looking for. We are trying to understand the market also because we are doing some research. We are not just putting numbers, so it's like 10,500 or something like this. So every single step in this process is
A cost, in fact.
Yeah.
It's a quantifiable cost.
quantifiable cost. So it depends. The answer, the honest answer, it's
But
this-
at least, do you have an idea in terms of, because usually you pay for people you hire, you pay for projects. So do you get to that point today in terms of knowing how you are at least doing the structure of that?
so we are using right now most with success fee.
Okay.
We are using
Success
success fee like the most.
Okay.
But we can discuss about it with the client. We can tailor something in order to make the things go forward. So we are flexible because we are trying to build partnerships that we are trying to help.
So how do people find out about you?
So I think right
Outside
now
of this podcast, which
Yeah.
has a good starting reach.
So we will have on the website. It's called recrutopia.io, and you can enter there, and you can
I think you can find the link in the comment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll be easy.
and you can see exactly our services there, recruitment services, outsourcing services, and technology advisory, because we have also a technology advisory field where Neurony is entering the whole process, and we are understanding exactly your needs, and if it needed, we can go there and solve the problem. Here, Emil can tell you more about this. Do you want to say something about this? Because it's very important.
Yeah. So considering that we have spent a very long amount of time into changing and reinventing the recruitment processes, with the partners that we are working with, we are willing to share by first deploying a forward deployed engineer, a person who is shadowing the processes in the organization. And then based on our experience in working with artificial intelligence, developing our own ATS empowered with AI, we are coming up with solutions that can improve the internal processes in a recruitment operation.
Put it in my words, it's like you're shadowing for process optimization and efficiencies.
Yes, and it can be transformed in multiple low-hanging fruits or high-hanging fruits, like things that you can do today using out-of-the-box artificial intelligence solutions, things that you can automate by stitching two things together or building small custom systems that would bridge an existing gap.
Okay. One of the things that strike me for your solution, so just hearing you talking and you confirming some of the things, is that I heard, people saying quite a lot about or complaining a lot about the fact that with ATS, especially using AI, if your CV is not written in a way that is AI automated, or at least this is the word of mouth or word of streets thing, you don't really have chances to get to an interview, or you don't pass the system itself. Because sometimes what I found out from, attending to different HR conferences is that people are saying, well, yes, we are using ATS, and the recruiter says, yeah, it makes my life good. On the other side, candidate says, yeah, but my CV doesn't really pass any filter around that because it's not written in that way. So I need to write the CV in that way. Well, what I'm hearing from you guys is actually, the first thing that actually you're doing is you're not interviewing in the CV, you're interviewing in the finding first. So you're searching those people. And I think I remember a discussion with Emil a while ago, finding the candidates on toilet.
Yeah. That is our. In fact, we could call this our specialty, like reaching out to the candidates while they are on their toilets.
Yeah, that's a good UPS. So by targeting that, so you correct me if my summary is long summary is correct. So by actually starting from there, actually you don't have this problem because you're reaching to them based on the needs that you identify with the client.
You're right. You're right. We don't have that type of problem because we are trying to give chances to every single person that receives our message, because we trust our process. So we are reaching out only for the people that
are fitting the profile.
So basically what happens is that you will reject our offer, our interview offer, because you're not interested in our presentation about the role. But we are not rejecting you for the interview.
Yeah. So
that's different.
So I have a couple of comments regarding the concerns. Yeah. First of all, to the people who are not complaining, but observing that they are being filtered out because of their CV, what I would recommend is to include a prompt there for the AI that is selecting them in order to force themselves through the guardrails. Yeah. And probably in at least 40% of the cases, you will be ending up being selected for an interview at least. Now, that is the joke side. The serious note is that with the technology that exists today and with the pre-selection that exists today, you will be spending less time in pointless interviews. Instead of going to 50 interviews, spending 70 hours in interviews that you don't have a chance, and another 70 hours preparing, and another 70 hours to travel to them, you'll be going to 7 interviews and you'll be getting to the right job. If, of course, you have put in your CV what you've done until now.
So CV is quite important from that perspective. Just
one important thing. So if we are reaching out to people and they don't have a CV.
Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, we can do also this using AI. So
exactly.
So how do you? You gave me this example, which is I like it. What was the fridge technician? Yeah, so I'm a fridge technician.
Yeah.
I don't have LinkedIn. I'm not on Need Jobs and Best Jobs. I'm very happy with what I'm doing at my current employer. And how do you get to me?
Can I answer to that? Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
I want toilet.
No. So I want to say something to you. So if, for example, you are consuming Instagram.
As a technician, yeah.
No. You well personally, are you using Instagram or TikTok?
From time to time, TikTok.
Okay, good. So what I want to say is that the TikTok profile, if engines behind TikTok or behind Instagram or behind Facebook have all the data to understand you better than your mother, your wife, or your dog.
Yes.
Whatever race it is.
Yes.
So if you will be opening your wall right now, your scroll,
yes,
that would tell you a lot about you.
That's very true. On TikTok,
so
yes.
So exactly the same methodology and approach we are using in order to reach the exact person that is in need of our proposal. And this is why we are able to reach to people that nobody is able to reach.
So going back to my example, I'm the technician. I'm on the toilet. I'm opening TikTok.
Yeah.
What would I see?
You'll be seeing 2 lives. Yeah, you will be seeing, what is that guy called with the restaurants?
I think it's Paul Nicolau. I think it's Pescobar or something.
Pescobar, yeah, you'll be finding, and through them, one of the things would be
our ad,
our message, specially for him.
For him.
Yeah, one important thing to mention here: we might know that you're looking for a job.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we know
because there are signals.
There are signals there, so we are somehow knowing that you're looking for a job and you're a technician for
Because of your profile.
Maybe companies will hire you to find out who's looking for a job.
Especially if they're large companies and they would like to know how many employees or which employees are
looking
considering
for,
leaving.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
called LinkedIn, and it has an option.
Mr. Beciu, tell me, we are having a beer discussion in the year of 2027. It's November. We are preparing for buying Christmas gifts for the dear ones. And I'm asking you, we had this podcast on 16th of 7, what day is today? 18th of March, 17th of March 2026, so 1 year and a half. What's changed since then?
I think for sure that we are, first of all, the most important thing that to grow our portfolio of clients, and we want to achieve also 6 million euros ARR.
Yep.
And that's our main scope for this year, for example.
Okay.
And we are trying to expand more in the US because we tried our process with hypergrowth startups there, and we want to reach out there more to help them. And also we have some expertise in these very niched industries like elevator technicians, fridge technicians, and we want to explore more in that blue collar zone, because I think for sure it's a big opportunity there, and there are a lot of things to explore. And 6 million new clients, and to go in the blue collar industry to see exactly how can we help there.
Okay. I've seen that also. This guy from Diary of a CEO has invested into a recruitment tool. And the reason why I'm saying that,
I
because
think he copied us.
yeah, I'm just and with a podcast as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just curious, how you guys assess the competition. So who are your main competitor on this one, and how do you assess that?
Yeah, for sure we have a lot of competitors, and we are good with that. We are not challenging them, and our main goal is not to think like we have competition. We try to go on our path. We are trying to scale. We want to go with our process, with our journey. So it's something that it takes time and results. So this is our approach, to have the right vision and to keep on track. That's the thing. We don't I don't know how to call it to sound nice. We don't care about competition. We have our path. So we can work also with competition, because we can help them if they need help. So we can also be their partner.
But in this world of technology, isn't that easy that somebody will just like Steve Bartlett copycat your Recrutopia?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Technology is not a moat anymore. Technology is not a moat anymore. Distribution is the only moat possible, and trust that you are able to project.
Think about it. It's nothing special. Also in software development, everybody is doing the same stuff. So it's nothing very challenging there. Everybody can copy each other, but the main thing that can be copied is, the drive. What can you do, and what do you want to achieve? So I think this is our characteristic. We know exactly where do we want to go, and what do we want to achieve. And we started this whole project because, first of all, it was a pilot project when I first arrived. And it's a process. It's a journey. And we started from scratch without processes. We tried to build like a Lego project, build this feature, and to scale on sideways. And we are trying to be better each day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a last curiosity? Or a challenging question?
I have one for you also,
Okay.
and also for you.
Oh,
If
You can shoot.
Yeah, so before Neurony, I was working also. I was part of a startup,
yeah.
an AI startup, and we tried to build an AI aggregator for AI tools, and it was before the big AI wave and the hype, and it it was like the starting point for me in this career, like
Yeah.
the journey. And I still remember I was with Laurențiu and we had whiteboard on my apartment where we listed some names that we wanted to outreach to them and to present our idea and to see exactly how can we understand the industry. And the first name, it was Sam Altman. It was the
Okay.
head of the list. And we had some plans there because Sam Altman in 2022, I think in November, launched ChatGPT 1. And we tried to discover how the things will go in the near future. And the question for you is, what do you think about this and how do you think it will go in the near future? Also in the HR department, for example, HR industry, because Marius, we know already you are in that industry. And Emil, what do you think in the software development? Because, I want to create like
Yeah. Yeah,
Sam
like
Altman
a
was the head of
contrast.
the list, and right now we have other names. I didn't know about Claude, Anthropic, for example, or DeepSeek, or other models, or other companies.
Well,
What do
kidding
you
on
think?
that, I'm quite, humbled by the fact that I'm on that list. To be asked that question, I'm just kidding. So you're asking me how do I believe the AI will change the HR part area, or what you're actually
Yeah,
asking?
what do you think about the whole industry? How will empower them, the people in the industry, or how they will perceive AI?
I do believe that a part of the jobs that today HR is doing will not be any more relevant, and I think they will be moving to managers. I don't think the managers will be happy because let's be honest, HR does some work today that no manager wants to do it. But with the technology, that will be much more self-driven first by the employee, and then the manager will just become more what HR today is doing. And of course, as an asterisk or bracket, you can say, well, legislation needs to change for that because, we're talking about AI, but in Romania, you still need a bloody signature on a piece of paper. And if
Yeah.
it's not made with blue pen, whatever authority will say, well, that's not right, exaggerating a little bit. But we know things are also changing there, also for Romania, but you see some other markets. And then I still believe that the works which are connected to human human most important things like empathy, like listening, like creativity, like exchanging ideas, solving complex problems, I think will be part of the HR. But the way you are using AI will make a difference in terms of the, I don't know, speed of learning, speed of adoption of a new joiner, speed of recruitment. I was just looking the other days of some, assessments, and very interestingly how AI is used in assessment, not just to summarize a report, which you would have asked me, what would you use the assessment? Well, to summarize. But no, actually you have an AI agent who actually does what Emil showed me a while ago in the training, body language, signs about that, tone of voice, etc. So we'll give you a number of elements related to that. So I think it has the potential to change the world. Now I think there are two elements which might come along. One is legislation, not just to change it, but I also saw recently a court decision that on AI I'm not really sure what country was that, if it was America or Switzerland, ChatGPT or other models like that cannot offer any more legal advices. And I think there's going to be more and more possibility that states will try to, protect themselves in different areas. But I think the work as we know it in HR today will not be the same in, I don't know, 3-4 years.
Okay.
And one thing that people would not really like it is, I think, it will move more and more to managers to do those things, which again is a question because you're also going to have that challenge. Well,
What do you mean managers to do those things?
I'm talking about, when you look at things related to, let's give you a specific recruitment, for example. Even with Recrutopia, you don't, if you need a recruitment department, if you just get that process to some point and then you just get the manager to do the recruitment, you can still do it.
Okay, I think we are kind of aligned.
Yeah, so those kind of activities that until now you would say, so even, I don't know, performance improvement plans, you need someone from HR to sit there to give you the guidance. Well, with an AI, you could get the guidance in terms of how the paper should look like, actually the performance between you and the employee. So you don't need HR to mediate, the creation of the plan. You can have HR to mediate a conflict between you guys.
But it will be not prepackaged, but generated on the spot, based specifically based on the needs.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think we are seeing eye to eye on this topic. So what I'm looking at the future is the fact that all of the direct contributors that will have a job tomorrow will be in fact managers of AI agents, and they will be orchestrating their work. That is what will happen.
Can I do that from Tuscany?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. Nice Tuscany. Sunny.
Exactly.
Sunny.
I have a last question for you because we are also getting towards the end. And we ask this question to everybody.
Okay, I'm nervous right now.
Well, you already did your homework, so I'm pretty sure you are aware of what I'm going to ask you. The question is something in your private/personal life that you actually automated?
Yes, I have a lot of things that are automated in my life. I will tell you exactly one very specific one. I like to go to the gym a lot, and
Yes.
I like to do a lot of sport.
I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
And I have some automation that links my sleep score and my workouts, and they are analyzing my data, and they're telling me exactly how do I will perform. For example, today, if it's analyzing the sleep score from the previous day or from the last.
So what are you using for that? What kind of tool?
I built something myself.
You built something
Yeah,
yourself?
Tell me
I
about
built
that.
something myself.
Yeah. So,
So
it takes the data from your sleep app,
Yeah,
correlates it with your...
workout
Training.
Training. But
Training.
what's interesting is
what
that
do you use in training to monitor that?
a journal,
Oh, okay, like a journal.
Like
Yeah.
a written journal.
but AI can understand.
The reason, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so you write there what
Yeah.
kind of sports are you,
my
movements are
gym
you
plan,
making? Gym
my
plan.
workout plan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something new because I wanted to create this like for the past 3 months, but I didn't have the chance because I didn't have time. But I had a free weekend, I think 2 weekends ago, and I built it in a few hours. It's
Okay.
nothing crazy. For example, this is a specific case. You know for well because it's right now you can, if you know exactly what do you want to achieve, what do you want to build, and you have like the minimum technical requirements, you're unstoppable. You can create everything. So I think some people will challenge me on this, but I'm not a technical guy. So basically, I'm not a technical guy at all. I'm not an HR specialist. I'm just a regular guy who is curious about things, and I like to be better every single day. And if I'm working in HR industry, I'm learning about the HR industry to the root of it. If I'll be working, for example, in health tech, for example, I will try to dig down there. I'm curious. You need to be curious to create something and to explore. So that's the scope. That's my scope.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you here. I'm really looking for Recrutopia to celebrate with a party the 6 million, you said?
Yeah, 6 million till 2027.
2027, so I'm hoping I get an invitation to the party. Actually, I think I have many invitations to get after this podcast. Thank you very much, and really pleasure, and thanks for sharing those with us.
Thank you guys for inviting
Thank
me
you.
over here.
Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure to have you here.